Hello, everyone. I think I am live. We're going to give it just a moment for everyone to join. As you are joining, tell me where you're tuning in from. Give me some hearts. I bet you can't guess where I am. I am actually in the New York office today. Hi, there go the hearts. Hi, everybody. I'm in the New York office today, and I am actually sitting in the pantry. And it's like a really massive kitchen. So I'm saying that because if you hear sounds, if you hear people kind of coming, going, it's because we're all coming back to work, lots of energy in the new year. And it's really, really exciting to be here. And of course, we are prepping for Team Huddle. That's coming at the end of the month. Hi, Jessica, April. Hi, Daniel. It's so nice to see you. Judy, Renee. Tell me, is everybody excited about the new year? But also, most importantly, are you excited about the topic that we're going to do today? Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. Let me just kind of adjust it so I can see some of the chat messages. There we go. I want to make sure that I can see everything because today, this is a special edition skincare session just for you. So this is just for representatives. This is one of those benefits. We are doing this kind of in a live shopping environment because obviously if you see products today that you like, we wanted to make it really, really easy for you to easily just add those right onto your cart. But I'm really excited because it's been a minute, right, since we've had a deep dive education moment on skincare. And, so I'm just going to take a moment because if you have a team member or a friend with Avon that is passionate about skincare, you need to just pause. Text them now, tell them that they have to join live. And of course, I know that we're coming out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I know that's 1 o'clock on the West Coast. The replay will be available. But of course, I'm not only here today to share information, but I'm going to be answering some of your questions live. So I really want to make sure that we have a very interactive environment. So hi, everybody. Hi, Sarah. Nice to see everybody. Natalie, Lake City, Florida. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that I can. Jessica, yes. It's the only time I would be proud to say that I contributed to making someone a junkie, right? A skincare junkie. It's a really good thing to involve with. And yes, Tyler, skincare is the best care. Tyler, if you're in the office, I think that maybe you could do a swing by. We'll see. Anyway, okay. So here's the deal. It's very likely that if you are joining today, it's because you love skincare. So, the reality is that we know, right, that skincare in general can sometimes give people a pause. They can be a little bit hesitant, right? And, I know that many people, obviously you have probably heard of the wrinkle reducing benefits of retinol, but they might not know kind of the fine print, right? So obviously the hero today, I'm so excited. Let me just get this on camera so you can see that, not get the reflection. This is the brand new Sonox Clinical Line Eraser with retinol, but here's the big news. It is 1% retinol, and this is big news for our company, right? We do have a couple of retinol products. By the way, drop in the chat if you've been using our retinol or if you've ever tried them before. Share with me what your results were. I definitely want to hear that. But this is a step up, right? This is the one that really is going to put us on the map. It shows the market that we are here. We continue to be here, right? As a very serious contender with skincare anti-aging solutions. Now, a couple of things. I want to be clear that this is an anti-aging product, right? It does so much more, and we're going to talk about that. This is not a product that is going to give you hydration. In fact, it's quite the opposite. And that's okay because we need a variety of products in our portfolio. And it's really important. You've heard me talk about this before. When a skincare product, I like to kind of say it's laser focused, right? It's not a jack of all trades. It's really meant to be laser focused on a few things. And that is what this product is going to deliver. Now retinol, let's talk about that for just a second. Could be a product that maybe some people are a little bit afraid of. Right? Tell me in the comments, have you or your customers ever said, "Oh, I don't know about that retinol," because maybe they've had a bad experience, or they've heard other people talk about their negative experiences. Now, when I say negative, let me clarify what I mean. I mean things like my skin started peeling. I had flakiness. I don't know where it came from. My skin was so red. Oh, I got the retinol rash, right? By the way, what that means is that it's too powerful. They're using too much. They're going too hardcore with it. That can cause a reaction. And you know what? If that happens, there are things to really remedy that. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm just going to pause for a second, look at my chat. Yes. Hi, everybody. Nice to see everybody. Okay, great. So a lot of you, Courtney, using retinol for acne and fine lines. Courtney, I'm so glad you said that. We're going to talk about that. Love that, Pam. Hi, Pam. Nice to see you. She's been using clinical line eraser targeted forever. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that you said that, Pam, because we're actually going to address that one as well. Bonnie, nice to see you. So just know if I don't get to your question, it's just because chat's moving a little. So just feel free to put the chat in again, the question. Bonnie has a great question. Would customers that use bakuchiol like this? Bonnie, we're going to press pause on that. And I'm going to address that, but that is a really important question. And the answer is yes, but maybe no. So we'll see. And you'll understand when we get there. So now today we are going to take all of the scare out of the equation. Knowledge is power. When you know about ingredients, who they're good for, how to use them, it helps you make the decision if it's right for you or not. And then that gives you the ability to help your customers, right? Decide if the product is right for them. I always like to say, start with yourself, try the product, and then move on to your customer and your promotion and your sales. And by the way, that's why the demo period is so important. As a company, it's so cool, right? We're giving you the ability to actually get a sneak peek of the product, but not only a sneak peek, the ability to actually try the product, test the product, along with great deals, samples. By the way, yes, there are samples with this product that we are very excited about, and we'll talk about those. Now, here's what we're going to talk about in the session today. We're going to do a little bit of a Retinol 101. What does it do? What is it? We're going to have a little bit of a science. We're not going to go deep into science. That could be a whole session on itself. We're also going to talk about over-the-counter retinol, which this is, versus prescription retinol, because I know there's a lot of questions. We're going to talk about this product. And I want to know, tell me, have you purchased this product? Have you started using it? This launched for you on December the 21st in demo. And I know I couldn't be on the A list, but I wanted to make sure that you knew about this launch. So that you could start the new year, already on your way to fresh and glowing, beautiful skin, right? We're also going to talk about some of the most common questions with retinol. And then I thought it might be fun to help you determine, because the reality is everybody always wants to know, what's it for me? Right? How do I know if this product is right for me? So I thought what we would do is I came up with 3 different customer profiles, or kind of 3 different scenarios. And I'm also going to share some of my favorite products that I like to pair with retinol or retinols, right? And of course, like I said, we're going to answer your questions along the way. All righty. Okay. A lot of you saying that you're loving your retinol. Bought samples, Stacy. Absolutely. I love Robin. Thank you so much. Robin, you hit the nail on the head. You're making sure that when you're investing and trying the product for yourself, you're already going ahead and, getting the samples so that you can go ahead and start sharing those with your customers. Now, let's start at the beginning. It's great to start. Retinol 101. Class is in session. I'm just kidding. That would be great, though, if I had some kind of little, I don't know, do teachers do that now? Little bell? Okay, what does retinol do? So retinol does it all. It is one of the top superhero ingredients to really fight anti-aging. Retinol basically works, and I'm going to keep this so that it makes sense to everybody, but you're my skincare guru, so I can kind of go deep with you. Retinol it's absorbed into your skin, and it works to stimulate collagen production. It accelerates your skin cells, the turnover. So we know their skin cells naturally turn over, right? Every kind of 28 to 42 days. This actually accelerates that, right? We know that turnover, exfoliation is really good, okay? It also is going to smooth those fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to visibly refresh your skin's texture for a really smoother, brighter look. And one of the things that's not talked about a lot with retinol is, did you know it also helps to treat blemishes while fading those blemish marks, discoloration in the process. So when I tell you that it does it all, if you're looking for the number one anti-aging ingredient, you've landed on it. You may have heard me say before, if you've ever joined any of my skincare trainings, that if I were stranded on a desert island and I could only have 3 products, okay, let's be real, I could never choose one, that would be silly. But if I could have 3 products and 3 products alone, I would have, in the following order, vitamin C, SPF, and retinol. Now, why in that order? It's because obviously I'm starting with the sun up. In the daytime, I'm going to be protecting my skin, right? The vitamin C is going to help protect my skin from the inside out. I have my SPF, critical for every single day use. Winter, spring, summer, fall, indoors, outdoors, cloudy, sunny, rainy, whatever, SPF. And then retinol is my product that I'm going to use at night. This product should only be used at night. Do not use this product in the morning. We'll talk about the usage in a little bit more. Okay. So does that answer some of those questions a little bit about what it does? So retinol, and I'm not going to go too deep on this, but it belongs to a class, of retinoids, which is a derivative of vitamin A. So that's all I'm going to say about that. We could probably have a whole nother session, but just so you know where it actually comes from. It's actually retinoids up here, and retinol is one of the byproducts of a retinoid. Now, really easy terms, let's talk about retinol over the counter versus retinol, which is a prescription. First of all, retinol, this product, a retinol is over the counter. So whenever you hear someone say, oh, I love my retinol, they're probably talking about an over-the-counter product. A prescription, things like, tretinoin, you have Retin A, all of those are actually retinoic acids. So they're going to be much stronger, and we're going to talk about those. Retinol is your over-the-counter solution. So over-the-counter, let's talk about that for just a moment. First of all, over the counter, yes, it is going to be lighter in terms of the strength, but it can be incredibly effective, especially nowadays with so many advances in the world of skincare, technology and ingredients, but really, really amazing. The strengths, they range from minuscule, meaning hardly any at all in a product, all the way up to 2%. Now, most of your retinols are not going to have more than 1%. 1% on the market is considered pretty high. It is very, very rare to see a 2%er. That is actually an over-the-counter product that you can purchase without a prescription. I would also, by the way, just like always with everything, I encourage you to do research. Go out there and Google, see what the competitors have. Check out Sephora, Ulta, Target. Literally check out everybody to see what they have. And when you start to stack this up against the competition, I promise you're going to be really, really excited with what you see. Okay. Now, some competitors do have retinol at very, very low prices. I'm not going to name any names, but I've referenced this brand before, and they're a brand that they call it over-the-counter pure retinol, and it's a very, very low price. I want to say that it's like under $15. And while, yes, it's true, it only has the retinol and the carrier to deliver that to your skin, there are no buffers. And what I mean by no buffers is there's nothing to help offset the purge. We're going to talk about the purge in a moment, but there's nothing to help offset those potential side effects, peeling, redness, causing sensitivities, right? Ours has full 1% retinol, but it has very light buffers, which means while I would not consider this to be a hydrating product, I would never use this as just a moisturizer. This does have enough to offset. It reminds me of our Esonox Clinical, the intensive peel. I don't know if you've ever tried that one, but that is really targeted in terms of really turning over your skin, kind of that immediate 10-minute solution. And while it's targeted to do that, it does have just enough buffers so that it kind of soothes your skin a little bit. So think about the retinol like that, okay? All right, we're going to go on to a prescription, and then I'm going to pause, and I'm going to take some of your questions. Now, prescription retinols, again, Retin-A, tretinoin. Why am I sharing this? Because knowledge is power. I want to make sure that I am equipping you with a lot of knowledge. If you want it, great. And if you're like, I just want to laser focus on the product, that's okay too, right? So a prescription is much stronger. However, the side kind of note about prescriptions is typically they're going to deliver potentially higher side effects, right? So the peeling, the redness, all of that stuff, retinol rash that could happen. So the prescriptions are retinoic acid, and they do not have any buffers or compounds to help replenish moisture. So they are truly designed to kind of get right in there and attack the issue, right? Now, here's what's interesting. And I'm just saying this because some of you may be like, okay, especially if you've ever tried a prescription retinol. I've tried prescription retinols. I've used them. I think they're great. I love our 1%. And when we talk about the product, I'm going to tell you a little story about when I started using it. But their percentages range from 0.025 to 0.1. And you might be like, wait, 0.1, but ours is 1%. So it's just two different measuring scales. It does not mean that over the counter is larger than that prescription. Okay. Really, again, laser focused on the wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, texture, severe grade acne, blemishes. That's when you would go to that prescription. Okay. Let me pause for just a moment. All right, Brenda, you're the first one that I see. Is this good for super deep line wrinkles? Yes, Brenda, it is. Let's see some more. Michelle has a great question. Do you use this before or after moisturizing? So we're going to talk about the usage of this product in just a moment, but I'll go ahead and tell you, spoiler alert, you're going to use this before. And by the way, when you use this product, I don't want you to use anything else necessarily in terms of a serum. I want this to be your targeted treatment. Okay, so we're going to talk all about that. Let's see if there's a couple more questions. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying the information. I know sometimes I feel like I can go way deep, but I just feel like I have so much to share, and that's why I was so excited to do this session with you today. Okay. All right. So I'm going to keep going. Let's talk a little bit about this product. First of all, this is obviously, we've talked about this, the ultimate in anti-aging, 1% retinol. This product in particular is targeted to treat fine lines, wrinkles, visibly smooths, brightens. We have clinical claims against that product. Anytime I tell you, or you hear from, the company that something has clinical claims, your ears should perk up because, wow, that is incredible. So this has actually clinical claims. In fact, the clinical results on this product, are you ready for this? You might have already seen this. 100% of those who tried this in the study showed clinical signs of improvement in their fine lines and wrinkles in 1 week. I'm going to repeat that. 100% showed clinical signs of improvement in their fine lines and wrinkles in 1 week. That is a claim that you can and you should be sharing when you talk about this product. Anytime you see 100%, I mean, like, how often does that happen? And when you see products and they have percentages, and we always legally have to give you the correct claims. So that's a really important claim for you. By the way, that's available online for you. I know that there's a beautiful image of that. It's in the What's New. By the way, I hope that with the What's New content, I don't have one handy here today, but I do hope that you were able to really take that What's New. I provided a lot of information in the What's New, so please use that tool. That will also be going on avon.com. When it's time to sell that to your customers, we'll be doing blogs. So just know that avon.com is going to have a lot of those supports really, geared to help you, but also to help your customers. Okay, let's talk about how to use this product. So I recommend with any kind of a retinol to use the low and slow approach. Now, what I mean by that, low, it means if you've never tried a retinol before, I want you to start with a lower percentage. And we're going to talk about who those people are in just a moment. Slow means I want you to start not every single day, not every other day. I want you, if you've never used retinol before, I want you to, first of all, not use this one, use something else. And I want you to use maybe once to twice a week. You've really got to be very, gentle with yourself. You've got to really watch your skin to see how your skin is going to react. I promise you're still going to see results when you go low and slow. Now, let's just show you this. By the way, this is a beautiful dispenser. I thought this is really, really great. I love the packaging of this. So what you're going to do is you are going to, with this product, if you're going to be using the 1%, again, I cannot stress enough, this is not a morning, a daytime product. This must be used at night. This will cause possible photosensitivity. What does that mean? It means your skin could be more likely, to burn, right? If you get in the sun. So we want to always make sure that we are protecting ourselves. So this is a PM product. You're going to cleanse your face. You can use an essence or a toner if you want, and we'll talk about those depending on the customer. And then you're going to go straight to this product. And what I'm going to recommend is a pea size amount. Can you see that? See how it kind of has like a little bit of a yellow tint to the product? By the way, there's no scent to this. This isn't, kind of a fluffy product. This is really getting right to the goods. Look how pretty. It almost looks like it's sparkling, but there's not glitter in that. That's just the lights from here in the pantry. I just want to make sure you know that this is not a glittery product. So what you're going to do is you're going to cleanse your skin, use a toner, use an essence, 1 pea size amount, by the way, for your entire face and even your neck. And I know you might be thinking a pea size amount, JJ, get real with me. How is that going to work? Because I get it. If you're like me, I love to use my skincare. I mean, I will go for a moisturizer and I have no problem slugging my skin up, right? I love to have a ton of skincare on. I never, I'm very liberal with my application. This is not one you want to be liberal with. Just use your pea size amount. Now, when you take that pea size amount, you literally can take little tiny dots, ding, 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 right? And then you just very gently massage, right? So again, you're not going to feel a lot of slip on this product because it doesn't have a lot of moisturizing benefits. This is a targeted treatment. Definitively avoid your eye area. And you probably you don't need to get this kind of on your lips, but you can kind of go right around your lips. So that's kind of how I would apply that. Let me just pause. Let's take some questions. All right. Do you put it all over or targeted? That's a really great question. So it's up to you. So let's just say that you notice on your forehead, especially if you're using this in relation to maybe you've had some discoloration or maybe you've had some blemishes and you have little marks, you can be very targeted with this product. But if you're someone like me and you're at the age where you're like, I will take all the things, I want to just age gracefully, I'm going to be the best version of myself, then I would probably put this all over my face. And of course I do. All righty. Okay, Peggy, what do you start with if you've never used retinol? We're going to talk about that in just a moment when we get to the customer profiles. It will not be this product, though. It will either be a targeted retinol that we already have, line eraser, and I'll show you that product, or a bakuchiol. Okay, Rebecca, I truly need something for deep forehead wrinkles. And I can't see the rest of your comment, but Rebecca, we're all with you. I hear you, and I'm telling you, the skin you will love. This will soften that appearance very in a great amount of time. Sorry, I'm just trying to look at some of those comments because this is a really important topic. So I hope you're with me. This isn't a show where I was like, oh, I've got to get everything in 20 minutes. We're going to really go until we cover it all. So if you have to drop or you have to come back, that's totally fine. This is going to be on replay for you. All right. Oh, Celeste has a great question. Celeste, is it redundant to use Cica and bakuchiol too? So Cica is very different than bakuchiol. Cica is all about kind of your protecting your barrier on your face, kind of that moisture barrier. So no, it is not redundant to use Cica. In fact, I use Cica, quite a few Cica products. I love my Cica peptide that I use on a daily basis. So no, bakuchiol. I mean, here's the reality. I guess you could use like the eye cream, the bakuchiol eye cream. And maybe at night, if you wanted to kind of follow with the bakuchiol cream for a little, bit of hydration, it's not going to be like you're doubling up because remember, a bakuchiol is a natural based alternative to retinol. And I'm kind of jumping ahead, but we're going to come back and revisit this. But bakuchiol is truly something that if you have really sensitive skin or you just can't tolerate retinols, then it's great to kind of use that plant-based alternative. So it's not going to give you those really strong side effects. In fact, you're not going to have side effects by using the bakuchiol. Okay, Katrina, are there any interactions with other key ingredients? Okay, these questions, you guys, I love these questions. Are there any other interactions, key ingredients? And I'm trying to see the rest of the message that I think that I should be aware of when developing a new routine. Okay, that's an amazing question. And honestly, we could probably have an entire session just on talking about that. But I would say off the top of my head, if you, on the days you are using retinol, right, your stronger retinol, I would definitely avoid any of my acids. So I would avoid the retexturizing peel pads, and I don't have them with me or else I would show them, but the retexturizing peel pads I would avoid on that day. I would avoid, the intensive peel, anything that you would use normally as a very targeted treatment, something that it's going to give you almost kind of like those immediate results. Put it on for 10 minutes and then take it off and you'll see your skin visibly, smooth and brighter. Anything that does that, I would probably, as a rule of thumb, avoid that. Vitamin C is actually okay because, again, I'm spreading it out. So I love using, and I know vitamin C, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a citric acid, right? So vitamin C in the morning, that's really going to be absorbed and it's going to protect your skin from the inside out. Vitamin C in the morning, and then you give it enough time, and then in the evening you follow with retinol. Those are totally fine. But anything else that you would look at as a treatment, I would not. I would also, by the way, and I'm jumping ahead, I would not, this is the clinical targeted retinol that we already have. This is inline product. I saw quite a few comments. You've been using this. I would not double up on these because there's no need, really. I would just kind of put all of my resources right into your 1%. And then I would just kind of take this one and just put it aside, right? Okay, let's keep on going. All right, let me go back to see what some of the questions are. We talked about the PM use. Samples, by the way, I just want to do a quick reminder. I saw a question about samples. Check these samples out. By the way, there is a link. There should be a banner right here in the show for you to click for ease of use to easily put those into your cart. Look how pretty and shiny these are. I think this would be so fun to get in order. Honestly, I think that this is going to be great. We're going to talk about those skincare, the right customers next, kind of those profiles. But I think this would be really great for, a variety of people. Those who have expressed an interest in anti-aging, specifically with lines, wrinkles, discoloration, and even those who have expressed an interest to be like, oh my gosh, I've got like these marks from these blemishes and these breakouts. Maybe, it was something that happened recently. Maybe it was something that happened in the past. Retinol is a really great solution. My only watch out is that anytime you have an active, kind of breakout, say you definitely want to kind of avoid that until everything is kind of healed, and then you can kind of come behind. So this is really something that's great to help with kind of those blemish marks, if that makes sense. All right, let's go into some of our most common retinol questions. By the way, where did I get these questions? Well, you all ask me a lot of questions. Since we launched this in demo, I've been watching all of you out on social media. Some of you have sent me questions. Thank you so much. I've been seeing some questions here in the chat. So let's get right to the point. Number one with retinol, in terms of who it is good for, is retinol safe for everyone to use? That is probably the number one question that I have received. And the answer is almost any skin type can tolerate retinol. However, the better question is who should not use retinol? Okay, so who should not use retinol? And this is where just jot down a few notes. By the way, I think this is also in the What's New. If you need that quick reference. So who should not use it? Anyone who has sensitive skin. And what I mean by that is sensitive skin that is always sensitive, 24/7, year round. They've had sensitive skin for many, many years. Maybe they struggle with, some skin medical conditions. But if they have really sensitive skin, anyone that does wants to be extra cautious, because here's the thing, delicate skin can take a little bit longer to adjust to skincare in general. And you have to be really careful. So I would say if you have really sensitive skin, and you know if you do, right, and your customers know if they do, then just maybe kind of, look at some other alternatives, and we'll talk about that. Here's another thing. Do not use retinol. And we kind of talked about this, but if you have over exfoliated your skin at home, maybe you went and got an in-office kind of treatment. Let's all be honest. If you exfoliate, I know that I have over exfoliated. Because sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to get in there, right? And we sometimes think, right, that going harder, deeper, that it actually helps. It doesn't, right? Just let the product do the work. But it's happened to a lot of us. So if you've over exfoliated, just put the retinol aside for a couple of days until your skin feels like the whole moisture barrier, your skin barrier is kind of back and it's normal, and you'll know that. Here's another thing. And I know right now, it's the winter months, but some of you, right, still live in subtropical, environments, but maybe you over the holidays went on a tropical vacation. First of all, lucky you. But if you have been out and received too much sun, right? So I don't want to say sunburnt, but sunburnt. If you got too much sun, put it aside until your skin is healed. Okay. So it only takes a few days, but I want to kind of give you those watch outs. Another thing, this is really important. Retinol in general, prescription over the counter, does not matter, is not recommended for women that are pregnant or nursing. Okay. So definitely this is a product. There are solutions for that. We have an entire PharmaRx collection, Bakuchiol, beautiful solution, serum cream, eye cream. They're beautiful products that will still deliver those results, but in a much safer and a more gentle way. Okay. Now, let's see. Looking at some of your questions. When should you start? Oh, this is a good one. When should you start using retinol? Okay, so this could be a little bit of a hot topic, but so most people say, most of your skincare experts in the industry, including your dermatologists, would say that people should consider, and by the way, it's not just females, it's everyone. If you have skin, everyone should be using retinol, right? If you can. But you should consider using retinol as early as your 20s, but I always say definitely by your 30s. Use this as a prevention mechanism, right? It's okay if you're well over in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, it doesn't matter. It's never too late. You will definitely, you'll be really, because you'll really start to see those results. But I also love you using this as a preventative measure as well. And listen, if you're starting to use this in your 20s or your 30s and you're like, I'm not seeing dramatic results. Well, it's probably because you already have the skin of a baby's bottom, right? You're just using this as preventative measures rather than, already having some of those lines and wrinkles that are formed on your face, right? Okay. another thing, and we've kind of talked about this, is that a lot of dermatologists also recommend retinol for teens. And by the way, it's not just teens, anyone who experiences or has challenges with blemishes, troubled skin, because retinols really are known the ultimate exfoliator, right? It's a chemical exfoliator. It's going to get in there. It's going to help clean out those pores. It's going to exfoliate and smooth your skin. All right, so let me pause for a moment. Let's look at some more questions. Okay, Celeste, I'm glad that I'm helping. Okay, let me scroll down. Dory, hi Dory, nice to see you. Can you use the retinol at night and bakuchiol during the day? Dory, what a great question. It's almost like I asked you to ask me. I'm not. That's a really great question. Okay, this is where it's just highly subjective and it's personal. Personally, I do not use the bakuchiol during the day. I just don't. On the days that when I'm using my retinol, so if I'm going to be using my retinol, in the evening, I just don't use it during the day, but that's only because I'm kind of going into uber like hydration mode. The bakuchiol is very soft. It is very smooth on your skin. But it's just a personal preference. What I do use is I do love the bakuchiol eye cream. I love that in the morning. I love that in the evening. So that would be how I do it. But again, there is nothing wrong if you want to use that bakuchiol serum or that cream during the day. Because remember, with bakuchiol, it's a plant-based alternative to retinol, and there's no photosensitivity. So that means that your skin is not likely, right, to be more subjective to getting red in the sun. However, as a watch out, if you're using the retinol at night, you definitely want to take those extra steps of precaution to make sure that the next morning when you wake up, you need to really cleanse your face. Now, that's a whole nother topic about cleansing the face in the morning. This is one where I personally, as a skincare expert, I draw a line in the sand. If you, in general, want to take all of your makeup off at night and, put all of your skincare on and you're like, in the morning, I just splash my face with water. That's fine. I personally always like to kind of, cleanse all of my goodness, the skincare off from the night before. But listen, to each his own. But where I draw the line is at night. If you have put retinol on your face, you need to wash it off in the morning. And it doesn't mean you have to go hardcore. All of our cleansers are very gentle, very effective, but you need to remove it because remember, if it's on your skin, it could lead to some photosensitivity. So Dory, I answered your question, but I went a step further and I hope that that is okay. All righty. Let's see. Okay, looking at some more of the questions. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Got to cleanse, use 5-minute products. We all do that, right? Okay. I don't know who only uses 5 products in their skincare routine. No, I'm just kidding. All right. And I don't see the question, but Jessica is saying that I would not recommend this new product on eyes. Absolutely not. Thank you, Jessica. This new product, again, if you're just joining, I'm talking about the 1% retinol. This is our clinical line eraser. We are so excited about this product. This is a product that you should use. You can use a pea-size amount, kind of dotted all over your face, right? Just one pea-size amount, but you definitely want to avoid your eye area. If you're looking to put something around your eye area that you really want to help with those fine lines and wrinkles, because obviously our eyes are one of the skin is so delicate, we definitely want to make sure we're not forgetting those, then use one of the other solutions. I've got eye creams that I love, but bakuchiol, if you kind of want to go in with that plant-based alternative, that's a very special product that was designed just for your eye area. Please do not use that around your eye. Okay, here's another question. And this is kind of a 3-part question. So I started using retinol. And this is a real question I got. I started using this new retinol, this 1%, and I do not have sensitive skin, JJ, but help, my skin is reacting. Like my skin went crazy. Why? Why did my skin go crazy? I followed the directions. Okay, so there's a few reasons why that could happen. First of all, everybody's skin is different, which is why we always start low and slow, especially whenever we have something that's a little bit stronger, right? So we know that retinol is really great for your skin. It's a top anti-aging ingredient, but you often go through something that is called the purge. Now, I started at the beginning and I used the word purge, and I said we would address it. So, what do I mean by purge? So, the purge could happen, if you've never used retinol before or whenever you increase your retinol dosage. Remember, we have here at Avon, we have the clinical line eraser that's targeted, and now we have a new product that's 1%. This has a much, much higher percentage of retinol in it, okay? So that's why I'm saying, even if you've used this one, you just need to kind of take it low. So there's a couple of things with the purge. The purge, what do I mean? That is something that could cause redness. It could cause your skin to flake. It even cause breakouts in areas that you normally don't get breakouts. Maybe you never break out and you're like, what is happening? So in that case, you need to stick with it. It can take a few weeks, but the end payoff is so worth it. It is just going to give you beautiful, refreshed skin. Okay, I'm going to pause for one moment because I just realized my computer is very low on battery. So Nicole, do we think that we could I might have to move because I just realized my computer it lost its battery connection. So bear with me. We are live. Does that reach? Okay, probably not. Okay, I'm going to keep going for a second. Hopefully this will be quick, but I just noticed that my screen kind of it started to fade, and I was like, oh no, I'm going to lose some battery power. Okay, so what I was saying is with the purge, it generally can cause that redness, flakiness, even breakouts, but this is the example of when you want to stick with it. Now, that's right. I wanted to say something to you about the flakiness. So I shared with you that I've used all kinds of retinols. I've used prescription retinol. Tretinoin specifically is one that I had used that is prescription level, very, very strong. I had used that quite a bit in conjunction with some of my other products. And when this product came and was on the market, I was like, I've been using prescription retinol, so this is going to be fine. I mean, I'd worked myself up and I was using it, every other day. And so I took my pea-sized amount and I immediately just went in and I used my retinol like day to day to day. By day 3, I woke up and I was like, why is my skin flaking? I had a moment where I totally could not piece it together, like all around my eyes, like right here in my eyebrows, all the way down around my mouth. It was flaky. And then it hit me. Oh my gosh, it's this product. And by the way, that I'm sharing that with you because that was really exciting for me because I knew in that moment, oh my gosh, we have got a product here, right? So I share that with you to share that, yes, we've got a product that is amazing, but also, even if you've been using a prescription retinol, please make sure that you follow the directions. Don't be like JJ and decide that you're just going to go for it and use it every day. Okay, let me just pause, take a couple of questions, and then we'll keep going. All righty. Let's look at some of these questions. I had a little acne, but it was gone in a day. I'm 60. Rosario, thank you. Great question. Can you use retinol on your neck? Yes, I actually and I'm plugging myself in. Thank you, Nicole. Okay, perfect. We're back. Yes, I actually do recommend using retinol on your neck. So I'll take that pea-sized amount and I'll just dot that kind of all around my face, on my neck, and I just very gently massage everything in. All right, here's another question that I received. It's been a few weeks, so I did what you said, JJ. So I don't have sensitive skin. I started using the retinol. My skin is reacting. What happens? We talked about that. It can be the purge. It's been a few weeks and my skin is still very angry with me. Why? Okay, so there could be various reasons. Maybe you're like me, right? At the beginning, you're using too much. Maybe you're using it too often. Maybe you're using it in the morning. That's a big no-no. We don't do that. We already know why, right? Maybe you are mixing this with other active ingredients, right? And we talked about some of those acids. Maybe you're using this, at night, you're getting your shower and you're exfoliating your face, and then you're going in with the retinol. All of those could potentially cause some of those reactions. So just know, again, it's just, it's one of those things where too much of a good thing can be too much of a good thing, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Pause with the retinol, get your skin back in shape. It'll take a few days, and then you can slowly start again. All right, let's look at some more of the questions. All right, so how do I fix? How do I fix if I'm having a reaction? Okay, that's a really great question. So a reaction isn't really difficult to fix. It's usually a combination of dryness and irritation. So if your skin is too irritated, just like I said, pull back on that retinol. Other skincare products, even that have active ingredients, except for your SPF. Definitely always want to use your SPF. And I would say use a gentle cleanser and a moisturizer that are maybe designed to really help repair your skin. I really love for cleansers. I seen some questions on what I would recommend. I really love the LX New Clean cleanser collection. I love those because those are sulfate free. They've got a lot of different options. I also love in terms of kind of if I need to go into instant repair, I'm a big fan of our Green Goddess facial oil. I love this for a lot of different reasons. Remember, this is kind of an ultra pure CBD, very, very clean. There's only 8 ingredients. And this is also really known to kind of help reduce and kind of, soothe some of that redness. So this is a really great one. Love, love, love this one. And yes, you can use that Green Goddess. You can use it in the evening. You can use it, in the morning. Okay, so before we close out today, I want to talk about customer profiles. Let's talk about some people who should or should not use retinol and what they should use in some of those products. Okay, by the way, are you enjoying this class? Just let me know, because if so, it's not that we're going to do this all the time, but I just really felt that for a larger launch, especially something where I feel like some education is needed. I don't know. Tell me in the comments, how you feel about having, classes that are just a little bit of a deep dive every once in a while. So let me know how you feel about that. Okay, so let's talk about those users. So 3 users. Number 1, let's start with an advanced user. Now, an advanced user is someone that has used retinol prescription, higher percentage over the counter on a regular basis for a long time. This is the type of person, and they're like, yeah, I've been using that. I've been using prescription. I've been using 1% from X, Y, or Z. I want results, and I want them quickly. They're the type of person that when you talk about the purge, the redness, the flaking, all of that stuff, they're like, bring it on. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get through it. Let's do it quick, because I am results driven. Now, some people that I know personally are very hardcore when it comes to their retinol usage, and they will cleanse their face and only use retinol. That's it. Now, I personally think that's a little bit being on a show like Survivor. It's very questionable, because you're literally asking for your skin to go into the purge and to be very angry and to be not happy with you, right? For maybe several weeks. By the way, I saw a question about the purge. How long does that last? It really depends on your skin. It can last anywhere from a few days all the way to, I would say, 8 weeks. If you get, and I know 8 weeks, you're like, ooh, 8 weeks. But it should kind of ebb and flow in those 8 weeks. But after 8 weeks, if you are still experiencing some symptoms, then I definitely would have a chat with your dermatologist or your healthcare provider. Okay, so now advanced user, and this is the person that's like, look, I want to get right to the goods. So obviously they're going to use their retinol, but first of all, let's talk about the cleansers. The cleansers that I would recommend, you know how I feel about this. I don't even have to say the name. Belief Jelly Cleanser. This is one of my OGs. Love it. I never I don't ever vary away from Belief Jelly Cleanser. And the reason is because it's going to just do so many great things for your skin. It's the ultimate in hydration, but it's not going to leave your skin feeling like there's some filmy layer on it. It's not too much. And it's going to really cleanse your skin without stripping it of that really important moisture that you need. So I love my Belief Jelly Cleanser. I also love on my off days of retinol, I love my Rice Water Bright. This is the Rice brand gentle exfoliating cleanser. This is gentle enough that I actually find that this is totally fine. Again, to each his own. You have to do what's right for you, but I will use this on my off day. Okay, an essence, you know that I always use essence or a toner. That is just part of my routine. I personally love, here we go, love our PharmerX. I cannot say enough about our PharmerX brand. These were two, Pineapple Plus had a couple of new launches a few months ago. The Instant Glow Toner, I love this every single morning. I love this product. I even use it in the evening. I'll just put a few drops after I cleanse, and I literally just press it into my skin. Of course, then I let that set in. I immediately go with my pea-sized amount of retinol all over my face, avoiding my eyes and on my neck. And then at night, what I will do is if I feel like I need a little something, I will. But again, this is kind of the advanced person that's like, I want to get to the results. I would actually go directly to my eye cream. So I know that's brave, right? But the brave person is going to go right to their eye cream. I definitely, regardless, always say you need that intense hydration around your eyes. And we have some really great options. Again, I love our Belief line. You know how I feel about the moisturizing eye balm. I also love our Bakuchiol, our PharmerX Bakuchiol cream. But another option, this is one of our best sellers, and there's a reason. It is our Eye Lift Pro. It's a dual eye system that really addresses not only your lower, but your upper eyelid area as well. So you can't go wrong with any of those options. But that's just some of the things that I would pick if I were an advanced user. Now, the next person, intermediate. What do I mean by intermediate? This is somebody that has tried retinol, one of Avon's. Let's just say that you have used our clinical line eraser with retinol targeted. We have this one right now. And maybe you're like, okay, I'm gonna level up with my 1%. Again, go low and slow, but here's how I would do that. So this is the person that you're intermediate, but you still want to have plenty of hydration, right? So you understand your skin may purge. You definitely want the results, but you need to be presentable at almost all times, right? This is where I fall because at any time I could be called to be on camera and do a training session. Now today, if I were experiencing any flakiness, any peeling, any redness, I could actually do that with you and it would be okay, right? Because you would know what I was talking about. But let's just say that on the A-list a couple of weeks ago, or if I were doing a social video and you're like, why is her skin looking all scaly? It might be a little bit out of context. So I take a little bit more of a gentle approach, and here's how I do that. Cleanse my face. You can use any cleanser of your choice. Use your toner, your essence. And again, this is what I use. And then I go right to my retinol. Love this product. And then I go in for a really nice moisturizer in the evening that's super hydrating. A few of my favorites. I love Belief Moisturizing Balm. Sounds like, I'm on a Belief campaign and you know how I feel about Belief, but it's true because it really gives that intense hydration without weighing your skin down. I love the Green Goddess facial oil. This is really, really nice. It's so occlusive. So after that retinol, I will just I'll let the retinol set in for a few minutes and then I'll just take several drops and I literally will go to bed slick. You can only use a few drops if you want, but really, really nice. I also love Dr. Belmer's Recovery Cream. That is a really amazing product. That's going to really make sure that it's helping to restore your skin's moisture barrier. It really helps the recovery So it's kind of offsetting any of those potential purge-ish issues that could happen, right? And of course, I love my Mission Luxe Rev Cream. I just think that's so nice and thick and luxurious. So those are just some of the ones that I use, and I mix it all up. I don't have anything. It depends on how my skin is feeling. I also will absolutely use an eye cream. I love the Leaf Moisturizing Eye Balm. I love Bakuchiol Eye Cream. And then don't forget your lips. Lips are really, really important. You know how I feel about my vitamin C antioxidant lip treatment. Found this in the creative closet today, and it might not be able to go back. I don't know, but don't say anything if you hear that. I love this product. I love my vitamin C overnight lip mask. The Creme Shop has a really nice overnight lip mask as well. Some really nice options. And then during the day, I love my F&G, the Glimmer Lip Conditioner. Sorry, all of a sudden I'm just talking about lips now, but it's because I feel really passionate that we sometimes forget about our lips, and I feel like it just kind of evens out. Like, you're doing all of this work to smooth your skin, so why not, don't forget to smooth your lips, right, as well, even though we're not putting retinol on our lips. Okay, last person, and then we're going to take a couple more questions, is someone that is a beginner. Now, this is someone that has never tried retinol of any sort at all. So the first thing I would say is I would recommend that you start with our PharmRx Bakuchiol line. We've talked about that a lot today, but it is a plant-based alternative to retinol. It's great for people that have sensitive skin. If you're pregnant, you're nursing, if you just want to go with something that's really gentle and you want the results, but you're like, I don't have time for a purge. Like, that is not me at all. That's okay. You can still get results with some of those other products. We also have, as you know, our clinical targeted line eraser, which is really awesome. So let's just say that you've never used a retinol before and you're like, but I want to get to the 1%. Like, help me. So don't start here. Start with your Bakuchiol or start with your targeted line eraser. And here's the rule of thumb. Use the entire bottle or jar, whatever it is you're using, right? Bakuchiol cream, the Bakuchiol serum, your targeted line eraser. Use the entire bottle. It should take, depends on, how much you use it. Typically, this is kind of at night. Bakuchiol you can use during the day, so you might use that a little bit quicker, but it should take you a couple of months, maybe 3 months, and then graduate. Dun, 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 dun. I'm graduating and I'm moving on up to my 1% retinol. And this is when you will have to go very low and very slow. Go with those twice a week. Work your skin up, and then you can work your way up to eventually, probably every other day. So that's kind of what I would recommend if you are a beginner. Last thing before we close out, and I'll take a few more questions because I could just talk to you all day. I love my skincare. I saw somebody asking earlier, what about, like my self-care moments? Does this mean I've got to put my face masks away? And I would put my intensive peel, I would just sit it on the shelf. Just sit it on the shelf until your skin is really used, to that retinol. But a couple of things, I love a ton of our products, but here's a couple that I would recommend I think are great because, again, I'm thinking about helping to, kind of restore and replenish that moisture, as that retinol is doing its job. I love our Physio Gel. This is the Calming Relief Soothing Mask. By the way, this is a pack of 5 masks. These are so great. They not only are super, super calming to your skin, but they also help to reduce redness. And that is amazing. So love, love, love those. And I also love, how I feel about this one, Dr. Belmer Intensive Face Mask, the Cica Peptide. This is one of my favorites. I feel like if I ever get down to 1, I get nervous because I'm like, my favorite face mask. This is the ultimate in terms of that replenishment. So I would say that these are, 2 good options. There's a lot of other masks that you can use, but I just wanted to share some of the products that I would personally use. Now, before I close out, first of all, I want to thank all of you for hanging with me. Goodness, it has been right at the hour mark. By the way, if you're watching me on replay or you've had to come in and go out, that's okay. I really appreciate you hanging out with me and asking me all of the questions. So let me just scroll down to the bottom. Let's see. Last, how does this Mission Lux line complement the retinol? They're two completely different products. It's a really great question. Mission is all about the long-term game. It's all about, Cytofirm and wine firm, and it's all about fermentation, right? And it's all about really, absorbing into your skin and really helping with intense hydration, really kind of to smooth your skin, but it is not a retinol. Retinol is really a product that if somebody's like, look, anti-aging, I either want to stay on top of it, right? Or I need results and I need them rather quickly, then this is a product that can deliver those results. Remember, clinical results with this product, 100% of all participants that use this saw improvement in their fine lines and wrinkles in just 1 week. What? And I bet they followed the directions, right? They weren't like me the first time they used it. Okay, let's see a couple more questions and then we'll close out. Good. I'm glad that, Sue, that you like the longer time frame and that you like learning things. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, Renee, what about the retinol creams that we already have? I've talked about the targeted line eraser. I would just say that for anything else, it's just not, there's not a need to double up on those. Yes, again, if you want to use bakuchiol in the morning and then kind of use this at night, you can. But I just typically like to be very pure. There's no reason at all to use the line eraser with retinol and the 1%. In fact, you're probably setting yourself up to have a potential sensitivity, right? And again, that can all be fixed. You know now how to fix that. But I would just say save yourself the money, save your customers the money, go right for the 1% if they can tolerate that. Okay. Oh, I'm glad that you are loving the information. Elizabeth from Miami, yes, you have graduated. In fact, everyone here that has joined me for this, maybe this was a master class, a retinol master class. You have all graduated. I'm sending you my hugs and my love and many, many, many amazing sales ahead for you because this is an incredible product. But seriously, I know that there are so many questions. And again, I will go back, I'll look at this chat. I will do a post in our Facebook group and I'll just say, ask me all the things. And then I will go back and I will try to answer as many questions, especially if I have not covered it in this session, because listen, retinol, I just scratched the surface, but I hope that I gave you enough information so that you feel good about your choices with using retinol, but also most importantly, the launch of this is right around the corner for your customers. Now is the time to educate yourself so that as you're handing out those samples, which are really amazing, that you are educated and you know to answer all of their questions. Most importantly, I wish you all bright, visibly, smooth skin. And I cannot wait for you all to either start trying this product or to share your results. And listen, take pictures before and after. This is a dynamic product that really is going to be amazing on social, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Get those befores, get those afters. Take your customers with you on the journey, right? Do like a little daily journal, like a quick little story, so that you're like, okay, here I am. I'm doing my, retinol. And by the way, that wouldn't be daily because you're not going to use your retinol daily, but you know what I mean. Like in terms of when you're using it, take them with you on that journey because there is no easier way to sell a product and get people excited than to actually share real results. With that, I want to thank all of you so much. If you're going to be here in a few weeks for Team Huddle, I look forward to seeing you. Again, we're here in the office. We're getting ready. But I also will see all of you next week for the A-List. So listen, thank you for joining. It is always such a pleasure to be here to share knowledge with you. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate all of you. Okay, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all soon. Bye.